Hey Virgo, welcome guys. This is your love reading for January. We're going to jump right on in and see what's going on. I'm changing my format for the love readings for 2019. Instead of lumping you all in together by element, I'm going to do the zodiac signs individually, and I'm going to do them once a month, but I'm going to be a little bit more detailed. And then that way I can post 2 or 3 videos a week on different subjects and different topics. I'm still going to do the weekly forecast on love, money, family. I pull one card for love during the week, and then I focus mostly on like career and family and stuff like that. So check out the weekly forecast if you haven't already. And let me know what other kinds of videos, meditations, subjects you would like to see me cover on this channel. Okay, so Virgo, love. I'm hearing bone to pick. And I feel this is kind of carrying over from last week's weekly forecast. Something's happening, Virgo. Some of you are upset with somebody. Some of you have somebody who's upset with you. But it's like, oh, and maybe somebody's confronting you. Maybe somebody's confronting you and like they're just going to let you have it. And you're like, well, wait a minute. Don't go acting like you're some innocent little lamb. Like you might be getting ready to have it out with somebody. Hopefully not. But I'm feeling that energy as I'm connecting here. We'll see what is happening here. And again, this is a general reading, guys. So some parts will resonate, some parts won't. Especially since I might be picking up on different people's energies, okay? And not every single Virgo is having the same exact experience at the same exact time. So we need to leave some room for some differences in that way. Religious factors. Your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. So some of you might be like, well, that doesn't make any sense because I'm not a religious person. It still makes sense, and I'll explain it to you. One of the things that might be happening for some of you, maybe you are kind of falling in love here with someone, or you're getting together with somebody here who is religious, and maybe somebody's asking you to convert, or vice versa. And that might be a factor for some of you where you're like, well, I wasn't really anticipating this. But one of the things that I can tell you is, even if, say, you are not religious and the person you're dating is not religious, or somebody's coming in who doesn't seem to be religious, whatever kind of religion we were introduced to as children, it forms us. It does. It influences what we see the world as. It influences like what we think is right, what we think is wrong. It influences our priorities, our way of looking at the world. And so even though you may not be religious right now, and even though your partner may not be religious right now, you all might not have the same ethics. You might not all have the same priorities. And that could be causing an issue for some of you. I feel, Virgo, some of you, those of you who are being, I don't want to say attacked, but who are having somebody approach you, like having a bone to pick with you. This is a big part of it, because they feel like you're being shady, or they feel like you're being evil in some way, or you're being selfish in some way, and you're not seeing it like that. You're not seeing it like, you might even be looking at this person and being like, well, you're being awfully ungrateful because you've benefited from the decisions I've made, or you've benefited from the things I've done, and now you all of a sudden have the nerve to come and be all high and mighty with me. Try not to take it personal. This person's coming from their belief system, and they feel like you're not valuing them, and it's because you have a different set of values, or you have a different belief system. For some of you Virgos who've been single for a long time, and you're like, nobody's coming to argue with me because I haven't talked to anybody in forever. Maybe some of you are like very single, or you've been single for a while, or you felt very stuck in your singledom. What this card can mean is that one of the reasons why you've been single and why you've been struggling is you're around people who don't have the same substance as you, or who don't have the same values as you, or who maybe aren't as open-minded as you, wherever you might fall in that spectrum. And you're being encouraged to go out and begin getting involved in the things that you feel are purposeful, the things that you think are important, the things that are valuable to you in your life, because this is going to help connect you with your soul tribe, and through that your person's coming in. And I don't just mean a dry spell breaker. I don't just mean somebody to come in and get your groove back. I don't just mean somebody to come in and get you laid. Like, I mean your person. But it's going to come in as you're connecting with the things that are valuable to you, the things that are near and dear to your heart, whatever that might be. It might be metaphysics. It might be something more of a spiritual path. It could be religious. It could be activism. It could be political. It could be humanitarianism. It could be anything, right? But as you're connecting with your values, your sets of values and your priorities and your ethics and morals, that's how you're bringing in your partner. Your next card here is honeymoon. So maybe in the new year, you know, some of you are maybe meeting somebody at a New Year's party. Maybe some of you are having fun at a New Year's party. And so maybe things might be going a little too far for some of you. And maybe that's where the argument is coming in, because somebody might be looking at you, Virgo, where we had the whole religious thing. And they might think that, you know, you're being immoral in some way, or you're going way off the rails. So you know what the funny thing is, Virgo? You guys are typically known as being like Puritans, like being very pure, being very virgin-like. And I haven't known that many Virgos, but the one that I did, oh my God, like, he gave Satan a run for his money. So I don't know what to tell you. But maybe you're the one who's looking at somebody and you're feeling like they're being immoral or they're going too far. Or maybe, Virgo, you have a bit of a wild side, or there's this wild side coming out that could be an issue for some people. Again, that's one of the scenarios. I think for most of you, though, what's happening is you're having to go out and find your crowd and have fun. And like I was saying, go out and get involved in things that are important to you. And this is benefiting your love life. So either it's making you a happier person and making you a better partner for an existing relationship, or somebody new is coming in who is more on the same level as you, and where you can have this joy, you can have this passion, you can have this new zeal for life, because you're connecting with the things that are important to you. This could be the one, Virgo. This could be the one. You've already met the romantic partner you seek. So those of you who had this little tiff or this little riff with whoever are probably going to be getting over it and sticking it out and moving forward together. Some of you are meeting your person. You're meeting your person this kind of like holiday season, or like in January. You're meeting the person that you're going to end up with. For those of you who've been single for a really long time, like a long time you've been single, this card has a very specific meaning that I have found as someone who has used this deck for a very long time. It's the second deck I ever worked with, and because most of my clients are people who I've known for years. Like, most of my clients are people that have been reading with me from when I first started out, until I opened up to YouTube, and now I'm meeting a bunch of new people. But most of my clients I've known for a very long time, and so I'm able to track like what has happened since the readings. And so I have learned sometimes what this card can mean is the universe is trying to tell you, like, look, you're lonely. We get that you're lonely. You keep asking us to send you somebody, and we're hearing you, and we're sending you these people. But your insecurities are getting in the way, and you're convincing yourself that this person's a crappy person, or you're convincing yourself that this person is no good, and you're shutting the door, and you're pushing this person away, or you're pushing people away. Meanwhile, we're here trying to help you, and we're trying to bring this person into your life. But you're either not seeing it because you're blinded by the insecurities or the fears, or you're very quick to dismiss people and not give them a chance, to redeem themselves or to prove themselves. So sometimes, a lot of the times, I see that that's the message for single people when this card comes up. Especially, I'm talking to people who've been single for a very long time, like maybe, for a few years or something. But you can't expect somebody else is coming in. So even if you're one of those people who Spirit is trying to say, look, like, we're trying to help you and you keep shutting these people out, Spirit hasn't given up on you. Spirit's going to still keep sending you people, but you need to ask your angels and guides to help you to see, to notice. Please help me to see when you're sending me this person. Help me not to be blinded by my insecurities to where I'm seeing this person through like a negative filter, and help me, to see, who you're trying to bring into my life. They're never going to bring you somebody that's like unattractive. They're never going to bring you somebody that you're not attracted to, or somebody who like is going to be bad for you. They're going to bring you something good, but sometimes we convince ourselves that it's bad. So that's the different ways in which that card applies. Playfulness. So this is very important, Virgo, because when you have this person coming in, or you're really excited about this new love, or your relationship is finally going well and you're like, this is the person for me, this card is encouraging you to be playful. Because what happens is, when we're really excited about this person that's come in, we want to lock them down, and we want to have things set in stone, and we want to be very clear about everything, and we want to be on the same page. So we might be very tempted to want to have some very serious talks with this person. We have to talk about the future. We have to talk about where things are going. We have to talk about the time when sometimes you feel distant. What is going on? Are you afraid to love me? Are you afraid to be loved? And sometimes like we want to go there. And if we do, what ends up happening is it scares somebody away. It scares somebody away from us. And it can kind of tempt a person to close down, to like just kind of shut off and put up their walls. And then the very thing we were trying to avoid ends up happening. Like we kind of force what we didn't want to happen into happening. So this is saying, have fun, be playful. You will be surprised how much a person will open up their heart to you if they enjoy being around you, and if they feel safe, and if they're having fun with you. When somebody's relaxed, they will sing like a canary, my dear. You won't have to ask. They're an open book. That's why people, like when they get drunk, they just kind of start flying off at the mouth, or they just really get loose and they don't care, and they start being very silly, and a lot of the true colors come out because they're relaxed. They're relaxed to where like they're not on guard. And you don't have to get somebody drunk to get that out of them. You just have to get them to where they're having fun, they're relaxed, they're enjoying to be around you. Your partner you don't have to ask your partner, how come you never spend time with me? If they know that when they're around you, they're going to have a good time. Like it's going to be more automatic. So if you can be in that playful energy, it's going to help the relationship move along much faster, as opposed to, trying to corner them into something, or trying to like have these verbal agreements. And when I say having fun, it has to be what's fun for you. Don't feel like, oh, well, I'm going to go out and I'm going to be all wild and crazy and sexy because you think that that's what's going to be fun for the other person. Because then you can end up feeling like bubblegum. You can end up feeling like you got chewed up and spit out, and that's not going to be good for you. What is genuinely fun for you? Connecting with this person on a genuine level where you're genuinely having a good time. Maybe it's being silly. Maybe it's like going and like letting your inner children out and going out and like acting like goofballs, like whatever it might be. But it has to be fun for you too. Don't manufacture some version of fun to please somebody else. Deception is coming up here. This can be doubt. This can be the insecurity that I talked about, because that happens a lot of the times. This is basically like the devil card in tarot, and that can be where you're doubting yourself, or you're like, this is too good to be true, or I can't trust this person. All women are gold diggers. All men are dogs. Whatever it might be, those limiting beliefs might start creeping up to where, again, you're tempted to push away this person, and Spirit was saying, like, look, like we keep sending you people and you keep pushing them away. So as things are going well, you might be very interested to write this person off, to say, you know what, nope, no more, next. For some of you, you might have to, at some point call out a partner. because it might be like where they're using sex to like calm you, or to change the subject when you're upset about something, or when you need to talk about your feelings, or you need to ask them about something important. They might be just very quick, like, oh no baby, let's cuddle, and they just want to kiss and touch and whatever, and they feel like they're going to get you all turned on, and then you're going to forget about whatever you needed to talk about. And that's not going to work. It's not gonna work. So well, at least you shouldn't let it work. And I'm not saying you have to, like, you know, cut somebody off, but you might be dealing with someone where you're giving away too much of your power to them. It could be where you're determining your value too much based on if they're paying attention to you or if they're complimenting you. Deception card to me also could be just being very caught up in the physical attraction, or just putting all of your worth or value based on what somebody else is thinking of you. And that's not okay. That's not a healthy relationship. And again, this could be that insecure part of you that's coming up and wanting to take over. So I think whoever is coming in, this is a huge, huge, huge opportunity for growth. And I do feel it can be long lasting. Like if you're in an existing relationship, you can definitely work it out. If you are having somebody new come in, it could be actually a level that's moving towards marriage, if that's what you want, if that's what you're looking for. Like, it can go as far as you want it to go, but you're kind of your own worst enemy here. You got to get outside of your head. You got to get out of that little voice that's telling you that things don't work out for you. Okay, because I feel that the universe is really trying to make love happen for you, and the universe needs you to step up and like work with it. So you might need to do meditation, you might need to do a couple of self-help books, you might need to do some yoga or stress relief or prayer or whatever it might be. You got to connect with your spiritual center. The more you're connected with your spiritual center, the more smooth this relationship will go. All right, my Virgo friends, check out your moon sign and rising sign. There will be a link in the description to figure out what your moon and rising sign are if you don't already know. And that will add more information for you. Check out your 2019 forecast. Again, a link in the description to the 2019 forecasts I did. And check out your reading for December 31st through January 6th. I talk about other areas of life in there, not just love. So guys, thank you so much for subscribing, liking, sharing. Reach out. Let me know if you need a private reading. I am wishing you a healthy, happy, prosperous, and safe new year. Take care, Virgo.